All right, boys and girls, today's lesson is lesson 8-3, area. So today's a little bit different. One of our last lessons, we talked about perimeter, which is the outside of an object. And today we're talking about area, which is the inside of an object. So today you should be able to say I can find the areas of polygons by counting squares and partial squares. And I can identify polygons. Those should be your two objectives for today. So let's first talk about area. Okay. Area is all the space inside of an object. Okay, so I'm going to zoom this way big here. I'm going to zoom in big here. So if I were to draw a square based on this grid, rectangle. If I were to draw a rectangle like this, you could tell me that the perimeter would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You could tell me that the perimeter was 12. Let's say these are centimeters. So a perimeter, which is the outside, would be equal to 12 centimeters. We want to know what's on the inside. Okay? On the inside, each of our centimeters are square centimeters, because the inside, we're talking about how many of these squares are being represented. Each of those are considered a square centimeter. Okay, when you're talking about just the outside, just the one part of a square, that's just a centimeter. But when each of them are a centimeter all the way around, that's a centimeter, that's a centimeter, that's a centimeter, that's a centimeter. That's called a centimeter square. That means it's a centimeter each side. Each side of it's a centimeter. So when we're talking about the inside of a shape, inside of a polygon, this rectangle here, we want to know how many squares we have. Okay? Something you could probably do here to make it a little bit easier, because this is an easy one. Rectangles and squares are really easy to find the area for. So first off, you know that there are 4 on the top and 2 on the sides. Correct? We got it. 1, because we have 1, 2 on the side. See, 2 centimeters on the side, and 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeters on top. Okay? That helps you find the perimeter by knowing it's 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom, and 2 on the side and 2 on the other side. You add them all up. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 2 is 12, plus another 2 is 14. I'm sorry. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus another 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. So that got you 12 centimeters. But when you want to know the square centimeters on the inside, which is the area, when you want to know the area, you count everything that's inside of it. When you have a perfect square or a perfect rectangle, when everything inside is really, really easy, when there's 4 on the top and 2 on the side, and it's the same like that, you could just multiply 1 on the top and multiply 1 on the side, meaning 4 times 2, which would equal 8. Okay? Your unit of measurement there would be centimeters with a 2 after it, meaning square centimeters. Okay, this is an easy one to do, because 4 times 2 is 8. We know that once it goes 4 times 2, you're covering everything on the inside. You're covering all this in the inside. Because you're going 4, meaning this 4, this way all the way to the bottom, and 2, this way all the bottom, because you're saying square. Because you're saying square, you're covering everything. You're covering all of it. Okay? 4 means there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down. As far down as we go, there'll be 4 in every one. 2 is going the other way. We know that there'll be 2 in each row all the way across. So the answer would be 4 times 2 would equal 8 centimeters squared, or square centimeters. Another trick here, this would be my favorite trick. I'm going to just erase the inside here. My trick for if you have a shape that's kind of funky and it's cutting through and it has half, it's not going through, and you have angles and all that fun stuff, one of the easiest ways is to just count all the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That gives me 8 square centimeters. Centimeters with a little 2 above it. Square centimeters. Okay? Because I'm covering everything on the inside. This was an easy one for you. Okay, I'm going to make one a little bit more difficult. See if I can erase it. Perfect. Make one a little bit more difficult here, because I'm going to draw a shape that is going to go through some of the squares. Okay? And there isn't really a mathematical way for this. I'm sure there is. The easiest way for this is to count them. Okay? So the first thing you want to do is you want to take care of all the whole squares. Okay? Because remember, we're trying to get square centimeters. So that means the actual squares in here. So this is the whole one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 whole squares, so we'll do that. And we'll put plus because we're gonna try to find pairs. We're gonna put some together. We're gonna say this one along with this one equal another whole. Okay, because this is a half of one and this is a half of one. So you put these two halves together, and that would equal a whole. So we're gonna count those two and get them away. And then I'm going to say this is a half along with this half, because that would equal another one. So, that would equal another one. So we have 6 plus 1 equals 8. So once again, we have 8 square centimeters. For those of you like, how is this the same? How is the area of this the same as the last picture? Well, I'm just going to show you. I'm going to change the color of the ink, and I'm going to take this piece right here, okay, and I'm going to kind of flip it up over to here, to where it's actually right there. Okay, and I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to flip it up over here to where it's actually right here now. And then I'm going to take my eraser. I'm going to erase the piece because I moved it. Now does this look a little bit familiar now? Looks exactly like the rectangle we just did. Alright, so turn to page 227. Let's go over a couple of these quick ones here. Pretty easy. Number 1 says find the area of each polygon. Okay, notice that it looks like it's on a square. Okay, it looks like it's on the square here, but actually follow the black lines. Okay, these black lines that go in the middle here. These are what we want to follow, because this is just putting it on. It's putting it on the graph paper to make it more familiar for you. But this should be pretty easy for you. You can just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 square centimeters, because there are 5 squares in it. Pretty simple. Area is really, really simple at times. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, I want you to try this one on your own. Okay, pause it, try it on your own, then unpause it. Okay, hopefully you told yourself, I'm just going to count them. This is a whole one, that's a whole one, whole one, whole one, whole one, whole one, whole one, whole one. So we have 8 whole ones, and this is a half that could wrap around over there to make it there, so we have another whole one. Same with this half, you could wrap it around and share with this one to make it the 10th whole one. So that would give you 10 square centimeters. So hopefully that's what everyone got. Okay, did not mean to do that. So this triangle. Triangle's kind of tricky too, but really it's not, because you do a whole lot of sharing. You can share half squares. So the first thing you want to do is, I want you to try it on your own first, get an answer down, and then unpause it. Alright, so I want you to count all the whole ones first. Okay, here's the whole one. Actually, I was showing you how to do it differently by just putting numbers in it, so we'll do that. Here's 1 hole, 2 holes, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one could wrap over to there to make number 7. This one could wrap over to there to make number 8. This one right here could wrap right over there to make 9. So hopefully you all got 9 square centimeters. Let's show that again. I want to show you. Here's an easy one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the 6 easy ones. These two share together to make 7. These two are shared together to make 8. And these two together make 9. So it gets you 9 square centimeters. Alright. Take a look at the next one. Pause it. Work out number 4 on your own. And then unpause it. Alright. So hopefully you took a look at this one and said, hey, I'm just going to do the easy way again. I'm going to count them. Here's 1 hole, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now we're going to start sharing. I'm going to take this guy. It's a half. I'm going to put him over here to make this a hole, make it 13. I'm going to take this one, wrap it up there to make that a hole, 14. Okay, I'm going to take this guy, wrap him over here to make 15. And then I'm going to take this guy, put him over there to make 16. See that? This right here and this one are sharing to make a hole. So your answer would be 16 square centimeters. Alright, I want you to take a look at the next ones because they're a little bit different, okay, because they're not cutting them in half. If they don't cut them in half, it makes it a whole lot harder. So I'll do number 5 with you and let you do 6 and 7 on your own. So if you look closer, we don't have any holes. There's no whole squares. So there it kind of goes against what we were doing earlier. We're saying, oh man, we just make counting whole ones. But if you look real closely, this little teeny bit of a triangle is actually the same size as this one right here. So we're going to say this along with this would equal 1. So basically that goes down there. Same with this side. This other side can go right there to make that 2. Okay, and these two in the middle here are really tricky because they're actually halves. Because if you take this and if you take this one and wrap it all the way over to here, it is this exact shape but flipped over. So that tells you these two can be together to make 3. So this is actually 3 square centimeters. Okay, so I'm going to want you to answer the few questions at the end of this, and you're going to work on 6 and 7 at your desk on your own, or maybe we'll work on them in a small group.